Okay, everybody, welcome back. We got game three on our light side. It is going to be Ryan Jellison, and our dark side player is Tommy Santosuosso. Probably saying that wrong, and I do apologize. So we've got Ryan on dark side versus Tommy on light side. Oh, I'm sorry. Tommy is on dark side. Ryan is on light side. So yeah, we got TTO versus Watch Your Step. Definitely not a matchup that I thought we were going to see today.
Dan, how dare you have my stuff? Here, at least take these for now.
Okay, and we will be joined here momentarily by uh, Justin Miyashiro. Again, Justin joining us here in a second. And sounds like there he is. Just let's get Justin back in here. Okay. So we got TTO versus Watch Your Step. Large Porg on the TTO. Ryan Jelson on Watch Your Step.
Ah, I don't have the slightest clue how this matchup goes.
I know. It's like one of those matchups like he's just like, what goes on?
I mean, two primary space decks going up against each other.
I think what's really is going to come down to is uh, if Tommy has any sorts of like weapons or anything to defend the Death Star, he should
Mhm.
be fine. But being that Ryan is predominantly a space deck, he's going to probably want to sit at Kessel, deliver the Kessel runs and everything. He's going to retrieve a lot of force.
Yeah, well, and I think like depends a lot on what the space package actually looks like. Ryan, as you know, can kind of pull anything out of the hat. So
Yeah, he's one of those players who can definitely do that.
wouldn't be surprised to see like crazy anti-weapons tech or like Palace Raiders on the
Mm-hmm.
ground or something. Like there could be a lot of stuff going on.
I
And
I would love to see some Palace Raiders in this deck.
listen, one of the things is like as you said, Watch Your Step wants to complete the cast run and all.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't have to. Like,
They don't have to, but at the same time, like it's definitely beneficial. Like you getting the retrieval is really good, and then you get all the benefits from your characters. Like Han Solo, he gets you extra force. Chewie turns off retrieval. Lando is one of those characters that can just sit there, and then you can return him to your hand at any point.
well, sure. What I meant more is that they don't have to, and that they can instead just like focus on blowing up the Death Star.
True.
Because if if instead of like splitting his focus, Ryan just like digs for the tools that he needs to blow up the Death Star, Watch Your Step, I think, is pretty capable of doing that, and TTO like definitely can't win if the Death Star gets blown up. So
So here's my question to you: how much force is it if you blow up the Death Star?
it's the number that's coming to my head for some reason is 12.
No. So,
No.
well, you know what? That's going to be our first trivia question of this round. The winner will receive a nice and signed Max Rebo. The Max Rebo is signed by Brian Fred. So whoever can be the first person in the chat to tell me how many force you would lose right now if Ryan blew up the Death Star.
Well, right now Ryan can't blow up the Death Star.
Okay, once the epic event is on the table and the Death Star is fully armed and operational.
Okay, and we're assuming there are no other Death Star 2 locations
There are no other Death Star 2 locations. So you got the Death
except for
Star,
except for the
the
sectors and the
sectors,
okay.
and that's it.
Okay.
I want the, and it has to be exact. First person in the chat.
Because I know the number of locations and icons and stuff matters, but
Correct. We do have our winner, Tarkin84. So you will receive a signed Max Rebo. The answer is 20, so it's 2 times the number of. So it's essentially 4 times the number of icons, and there's 5 icons, or there's 5 dark side icons.
is it actually 4 times, or does like TTO have a lose
So
8 and then
in
also
in
it's
the players the guide and in the rule book, it's 2 times the number of icons, and then it's doubled.
okay.
So yeah, I had to look it up last night during the team event when Matt Sokol was playing TTO.
So really what we need to see is somebody blows up the Death Star um while they're playing Hitco.
I would, yeah, that would be
So they blow
that would be
they
just straight fun.
so they blow up 2 of their own Death Star 2 locations to add 4
Well, I mean, but
icons.
if you have like Luke's Skywalker Jedi Knight on the Death Star 2, do you really want to blow it up?
Yeah?
Okay, so Tommy went ahead and got out. He has the combat response V and the Endor Shield V. He also has out Ozzel and Moff Jedron. So Chris
I would
or
I would
Ryan.
absolutely I would absolutely throw Luke under the bus to cause 38 force loss, 36 force loss.
Okay, so Ryan again starting with the I must be allowed to speak combo, Walkling and squadron assignments. As we see him go hard and fast with talent card to the Cantina, and there's Dash Rendar and the Outrider to Corellia. So that will flip him.
I was
I
like,
mean,
Corellia's in the wrong place. That's why I was confused which system it
yeah,
was.
yeah, I could see that. I'm
Just
gonna
pass
go.
this.
I'm gonna go tell them
Get,
to.
get them to flip that around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. You go ahead and do commentary.
All right. So this is an interesting line here from Ryan. He's just kind of threatening to do damage as quickly as possible, right? He's got 3 damage presented right now. And one would assume that he would take this line because he has some kind of tricks to defend the Outrider. Whether that's like a
I
Hoojix out
have
of
this right
nowhere
here.
combo, whether it's a few maneuvers or whatever. Um, yeah, so they're fixing that one for us. Uh, both of these decks awkwardly having 2/2 locations that they block off activation for. So,
Yeah,
um,
that's kind of. I like how they're utilizing the poker chip. That's again something that's
yeah,
uh, again in the tournament guidelines now that we're allowed to do.
yep. Ooh, so Tommy got a pretty quick start there. He,
Oh wow, turn 2, all 3 sectors.
well, let's see if he got the epic event. I think
That
I saw a
that's
flash of,
important.
I think I saw a flash of Grand Admiral Thrawnby. Nope. No, no TTO yet. So he gets to give up. He gives up the verify. There's a
And
Naboo system sense. Granamatron V, Tarkin, close call,
all
gravity shadow. Enter the bureaucrats.
saw Amara Jade with lightsaber in there too.
Yep.
That's going to be important. Uh,
Emperor shuttle. Okay, yeah. So
so I do have this question for you. Uh, basically, okay, so Ryan coming down with the Senate shield. Uh, with Enter the Bureaucrat, does that caps the drain at one, correct?
Caps the loss at one.
Okay, so that will get around Ryan's some effect.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let
just to
me.
show off these to some people, Jared Napolitano gave away as one of your entrances to this a nice little cooler with the PC logo on it.
Ooh.
Great little way to store your cold drinks or decks.
Or your cold. You keep your decks cold.
Well, I mean, if you're Brian Fred, like anytime he flies, he likes to put his stuff into a cooler.
All right, that's fair.
Brian Fred, who we just saw on stream take down his good friend Steve Brenson.
I just enter the bureaucrat. I was like going to Scompling. I couldn't remember what from. Yeah, it caps the loss, so it gets around the combo effect. Um, Kane, I think Kane CEO. That's a much more sensible way to pronounce your name than what I was doing before.
I
Um,
don't even want to know.
the uh, we actually in playing casually up here in Colorado, since I'm a
Very
Magic
casual.
player, I have Magic life tracking apps. So I actually tend to use those in our casual play, in our live play for tracking activation. It works pretty well. Like you both have to um essentially stipulate to the fact it's like, okay, but it is our responsibility to get this right, and if it's wrong, then that's on us. That's not,
Yeah.
that's but really just as if you counted it out every turn and got it wrong, right? So, and I think it does save it actually like it saves a surprising amount of time every turn. Every turn not having to go one, two, three, four, five, six, and so forth down the line. Like it's actually pretty, I don't know. That is a further step beyond the poker chips and the hyperspace hyperroot charts and stuff. That's a step beyond that. So I don't know if we're gonna go all the way to that as far as game aids go, but I don't know that I'd be against it.
Uh, believe you're still in the chat. Miguel, you're in the chat, Tarkin84. If you are, please just confirm your name for me so that way I can make sure that we get you your prize. But, I mean, this is a good setup for Tommy. I mean, he's got the Slave 1 with Boba Fett, Jared Geron, Ozzel there. So it's kind of hard for him, for Ryan to go down and try and do anything. But, I mean, Ryan's going to be draining for 2 and 1. So, I mean, that's not a bad second turn for him.
Yeah. Um, I would expect so the verify showed that Tommy has kind of a mix in terms of his packages, right? Like he's
Mm-hmm.
got Space Vader, but he also has EPP Mara. So like if I'm Ryan, I think I would want to be adding one more character to the cantina, just
I
so
agree.
just so you're not vulnerable to like, hey, look, I put together, Maul and Newt, and like, and now you just lose. So I think I would want to add one more character in there because it certainly looks as though Tommy's TTO ground package is not completely nothing.
Yeah, agreed.
Um, After that, it depends on how Ryan wants to do this game plan. Um, oh, looks like I'm wrong, and we're in Tommy's deploy phase. So
I don't like that because that's a waste of a card. Like once we have Ryan put down another smuggler there, I mean, yes, it's saving him one force this turn, but that I mean, it's not going to save him the force over the long run because you can't modify the trains, and the
yeah,
image there
I
isn't going
mean
to do anything.
that's true. I kind of think yeah, you maybe just don't play the image at all.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm assuming this is him showing that he has the Death Star orbiting the Tatooine system. He now is setting himself up for a lot of damage next turn. He's got we shall double our efforts for the ping of 3, and then he's going to be draining for 2. I mean, I'm assuming he's going to pay for the 2, so he's threatening 5 damage right now to essentially
Yeah.
Ryan's 2.
I guess in fairness, playing the image does make sense, right? Because he already had the image. So if he doesn't have like point man or something like that to put it back,
Mm-hmm.
playing it now reduces the damage by 1 for this turn, and then makes it incumbent upon Ryan to actually play the second smuggler, commit the second smuggler to the board to ignore the image. Because if he doesn't do that, then it'll reduce it again the next turn, and then it's done its work. And even if he does play the second smuggler, well, then it's the same as if you lost the image to the
That's a
drain
good
of
point.
2 the
Yeah.
first time around, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna balance out damage wise. And
Okay.
if he doesn't have a way to put the image back, I think it actually is fine. It's true that image is like at its absolute worst against this effect, but I think it's fine-ish because of what Ryan has chosen to do with his deployments on the early turns,
Yeah,
right?
I do think you're. I think I okay. That I mean that makes sense. I just think in the long run, losing that force. I mean, it's just. I'm assuming Ryan is going to deploy another character this turn. It just makes sense. So, it's a dead card from that point on,
Right,
and
but
then it forces you almost to have to go down there and try and remove Ryan off of the cantina, where Ryan's probably playing something strong. Either that's like he could be playing something like Cantina Brawl, which not a lot of people see anymore, but it's still a fun card.
yeah, I mean that was my argument there, right? Is like, well, you're gonna have to. That's the case anyway,
Yeah,
right? That's not changed whether you play the image or not. It's just are you taking 2 or 1 this turn?
true.
And so then it's just are you losing the image to the lost pile or are you losing it to the
Mm-hmm.
table?
Okay, so now Ryan plays um, the
He's
Lando
the best
interrupt.
smuggler. He's the best smuggler around, I think is the name
Yeah,
of that card.
allowing him to pull a
That's a run.
Kessel Run. It also pulls Lando or L337.
Yes.
Ooh,
In order of
jeez.
likeliness of them being in the deck. It pulls Kessel Run, Lando, and the droid.
And a big thank you to Jared Napolitano for getting us the volunteers some cool stuff.
So
Definitely,
there's the
yeah, definitely some cool stuff that was handed out today. So make sure everybody thank your marketing advocate.
so we
Uh,
got Kessel and Han and Millennium Falcon and Wedge all to Kessel. He's playing the Kessel Run. He
oh,
did
that's a
one.
card. That's unfortunate because the first one's a 0, followed by a 4, 1, a 5, a 4. So
Man, playing Beckett is
rough. I mean,
well,
I like Beckett, but the fact that he's a 0 and you hit him there for Destiny, it kind of hurts.
yeah. I haven't seen Beckett played a lot, so him being on the table at all is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But
Now, personally, I do like the fact that Ryan is playing like the white border Cantina. He's playing the white border Docking Bay,
mm,
but he should have at least played the white border Slip with the Corellia system. But I like the setup. He's got Milos out there. He's got Talon Card. So, I mean, they're both pretty high on the defense value. You're getting 2 Destiny, a lot of forfeit. I mean, Ryan's not in a bad situation. I mean, he's threatening a drain of 3 at Kessel, 2 now at the Cantina, and 1 at the Corellia system. So, but again,
now, interesting thing, there's a control on top of Ryan's lost pile. I assume he played that to check his force pile. I'm surprised Tommy didn't grab control.
yeah, I mean, Control, I think, is one of those grabs that you almost want to get.
Yeah, like it's one of the few lost interrupts that I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely want to grab it.
Hmm.
Um,
But I mean,
because
he did play the useless gesture shield, which unfortunately for him, I mean, boosts pumps up the Outrider now.
yeah, I still think it's better to play that one instead of the other one.
True. And with all the systems on the table, if you're Tommy, I don't think you necessarily need to put out your Naboo system.
No, this is not a matchup where you should need. to deploy your own
Okay, there
battleground.
goes a 7, draw another Beckett, and I can't. Careful planning off the top.
There's some. See, this is what I was saying. Ryan's got an interesting ground package because he has double Beckett and a Rebel artillery. So he's got blasters to go with the Beckett.
I don't know. This is Ryan Jellison. This is like
He's got to
out of
have
left
blasters to go
field.
with the Beckett. There's no reason to play Rebel artillery in this deck otherwise.
I mean, maybe Space Luke with R2D2 and Red 5 with cannons,
Okay. Or he
but
could have concussion missiles. All right, all right, all right.
yeah.
But with Beckett, I think it's much more likely. Oh, he also has the no questions asked AO. I saw that too.
Okay, and yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, that's telling me that he's playing some sort of blasters. You would think if he's playing some sort of blasters that he's running a good blaster at your side.
Well, no, he's playing Rebel artillery.
Oh yeah, that yeah. Okay, so we didn't we
Emperor to the docking bay.
with Tarkin. I don't hate it because it's now establishing a ground presence, and that's kind of
Yeah.
difficult for Ryan to respond to.
Yeah, I mean,
But
he had Mara, so he could get like Mara and Saber
mm,
and
yeah, but however, I was going to say that it is only a drain of 1. The bigger issue right now is you have nothing for the epic event,
yeah.
and you really don't want to be taking 3 each turn.
It's gonna be
So,
5 now, isn't it?
well, I'm saying 3 from the epic event. So,
No, but isn't it? It's 2 plus 1 for the epic event plus 1 because you're on. I guess it's 4. So it's plus. It'd be 4 from the epic event alone.
yeah, yeah. And that's going to add up really quick. And it looks like he does have the Mara, and he has Lord Maul with lightsaber in his hand. And they come down. Okay, so now he's establishing himself really good. So he's threatening up what 8 damage next turn. Okay, Ryan's going to put a card back. So he's got 3 up there now. But I wonder if Tommy realizes now that Ryan has 2 smugglers at the cantina, it's now a drain of 2.
Well, he'll find out soon enough.
Yeah,
I'm sure Ryan's not gonna miss that.
no.
So
And then again, Ryan's doing what? 6 damage this turn. So I mean, for both players, the damage is kind of adding up.
yeah, Ryan's that Kessel run might actually make the difference though.
Yeah. And if he's got any other sort of retrieval, if he's got like a second Kessel run, if he's able to take back Tatooine and set up like a Tatooine occupation, that'd be good. Okay, so there goes a tie cannon for Tommy, looks like. See a
That's good
sense
for
in there as
Ryan.
well. So,
Well, you can't play the sense anyway, so you may as well lose it.
yeah.
Even if you're trying to play the uncertain as the future have,
Mm-hmm.
you can't play it. Like the back-to-back conflicting comments.
Ooh, there goes Vader and Shuttle. There goes, wow.
Well, the shuttle wasn't gonna.
The tie. It was the tie. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I mean, once you lose the Vader, you may as well lose the tie. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, but he peeled them both off the top. Like they
I
were
mean,
back
play
to
it.
back.
Control off lost.
I don't mind that. Like
Oh, that
I,
seems pretty good. And like because watch your step is limited to 1 interrupt per turn.
yeah.
Makes sense if you're like, well, I'm not going to use one anyway. May as well use it here.
Hmm.
That's pretty reasonable.
And the other
Depends
thing
on.
is, I mean, if Ryan has the force, now that it's grabbed onto the the Watcher Step shield, a useless gesture, he can play a control tunnel vision, cancel the one drain at the docking bay, and then play it again lost to cancel the one at the system.
Well, Ryan played my least favorite card.
What chance do we have?
Yeah.
And here we go. Luke Skywalker coming down. Barrier from Tommy.
Is that with Anakin saber or his saber? Probably his saber,
It
right?
looks like Luke's just because of the amount of word text on it. pretty solid barrier there from Tommy. Ryan's just going to take a card off the Kessel Run. And I believe the Han allowing you to take another card off in the move phase is a May effect. So Ryan could,
Well, he can only do that when it's the last one. So he can't do it now. He can do it next turn.
yeah. Well, I'm saying he could do it on his turn at any point.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Take a
yeah.
card off. He has to take a card off on Tommy's turn, and then he can just leave the last one on there, activate if he wants, do it in the controls phase or anything. The standings have not yet been updated. We're only in game 3. However, I'm going to check and see if we do have anything on line.
I would assume they probably haven't been posted yet for 2. You could kind of math them out from the pairings post, but I don't know if there's actual standings that have been posted yet. Most, I would expect probably not. Well, what chance certainly is a big deal for this damage race.
Mm-hmm.
There's Han's Blaster, pulled by Mandalorian Mishap.
Now, is that a card you like?
I love Han's Blaster.
I
I
meant the Mandalorian mishap.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, Mandalorian Mishap's good.
So,
Um,
so being
I
that this is game 3, this is our top table. Both of these players should be 2-0.
nice. Tommy's gonna be a wild card, a tough wild card at Tatooine Regionals next week, and he said he's like 90% to show up to that.
Nice.
If we have a Road Warrior award, he should definitely get that. He's played like 5 or 6 different regionals or states this year. Like,
Brian Fred won that matchup, Steve.
so now Tommy's trying to evaluate what chance here. What chance changes this turn from like the 8 damage that we were thinking about before to 3? Is a
Yeah.
drain of 2 and then the 1 from the EE. And now I would guess that Ryan has some sort of evasion, or maybe just a Hoodix or whatever, for the Luke.
I mean, yeah, the invasion would be good. Another card I would love to see here is like a Fallen Portal.
Oh,
and,
and
and that's a
Ryan just
Ryan
Ryan just
Jellison card.
just cancels the drain at Tatooine. So
Yeah. Okay. Kylo Ren with lightsaber going down. We got a Dr. Evazan with Ponda Baba going down to the docking bay. Yeah, you got to think Ryan's got something here now, because with the Dr. E there, if Luke's hit, I mean Luke's gonna go lost, and
yeah, I
that's not
mean
necessarily the best thing for Ryan.
the drain. Well, it depends on what the trick is, right?
Yeah.
If the trick is like a Hoojix, then he's totally fine with it just being lost, probably, because Luke isn't making a lot of headway against the
Mm-mm.
stack. Like
No.
he's gonna
Okay.
probably
And
swing at the
Fallen
Emperor.
Portal
Ooh,
called it. Oh.
yep.
So I think you got to go for Tarkin
He's going for
and
the yeah, he's going for the 2 lowest
yeah, you
lowest
go for
ability.
Tarkin and Doctor E. If you hit both of them, that's really good, because then you just swing at the Emperor,
Yep.
and Maul has no immunity, so you get rid of all 4 characters here, which would be insane.
That would be a pretty good one. This is actually the
Ah,
best. This is the best part of Watch Your Step and Open is you get these like wild swings.
and he misses with the Fallen Portal. Everybody, only to cancel the battle with a blast door controls, or I'm Blastic Door Kid.
Master Kid. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have a sense, but he can't be played.
Yep.
Ah, Tommy not realizing it. Oh,
Yep.
yeah,
Just since may not be played while on the 7 side. Straight
yeah.
up. Neither player may play Sense Alter or keep your eyes open. I can't remember if I mentioned, but I actually it's not really related, but I think it's really interesting and a really cool design choice to have put the weapon canceling effect on Keep Your Eyes Open V.
I mean, it really whoever designed it that way. I don't know if it
Yeah.
was our current design advocate or part of the team or anything, but yeah, putting it on that card, making it so that you can't put it into Watch Your Step was like
Oh, he
really thought ahead.
Ryan Ryan has the Hootix too, and
Oh.
I think an It's a Trap. Oh no, that's an It's a Hit. Okay, all right.
I mean, I would. I mean, he could just move Luke away.
I mean, he can just stand there and blast the door kid next turn.
Yeah. So he is thinking about what he wants to take with the Kessel Run here. He's gonna. Looks like he's gonna take Mara Jade.
I would
And
probably put Mara Jade back in use and put Beckett in hand. Actually, is
yeah.
and actually the best plan here, right, is going to be do your drains. So you do your 6 damage, do
Well,
whatever else you want,
the ne-
save a bunch of force, then lose to the drain in the epic event, and
yeah.
then retrieve with Kessel Run so that the Blast Orchid stays in your lost pile.
Yep. So here's the next question.
Yeah, of
If
course.
you're
Yeah,
if
he's definitely waiting on putting it in hand for secret plans
yeah,
for
the
sure.
other thing is if you're Ryan or no, I'm sorry, if you're Tommy, do you pull ultimatum here?
Um,
Because you currently
yeah, I
occupy
think
enough to
so.
okay. So no, it does not look like he's pulling for ultimatum. There goes. Did see a saber one. Saw another green card and blast or gravity shadow as well.
He can't actually do what I was planning because Kessel, while Han's text is mandatory, Kessel Run's text is not. So he would not be able to just leave his ship at Kessel
I
with
think it's
only
the other
one
way
card.
around. Hans
No,
is
I'm looking at Kessel Run. Kessel Run's is mandatory.
yeah. The taking
Hans
the
is
card
optional.
off. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought you said it
Yeah.
the other way around.
Oh,
Yeah, you have to
yeah.
take the card
That's
off with the Kessel Run effect. Han is just
yeah,
a May at any point.
yeah.
Okay.
Nick, that's what I was saying. Yeah, he can't do what I was hoping he could do. But
Yeah.
it's fine.
And
It's
here we
fine. He's got
go.
other.
Beckett going down in front of Kylo. He does play the Admiral's order, the no questions asked order, and there's Han's gun.
It's a little. Well, okay.
Ooh,
It's
spicy.
fine for it's fine for the moment. It's a little bit dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what are we verifying for? Oh, probably. Oh no, that's just his hand. He has a Mara in
Yeah.
hand and a bunch of red
Yeah, he's got a Gick. He's got a Tarkin's Bounty. He's got a green card as well. I couldn't see what it was.
bolts, maybe.
Maybe? I don't think that's going to help him in this game.
So I was saying the dangerous thing here is that we saw Grand Admiral Thrawn in Tommy's deck, which would assume is Grand Admiral Thrawn V.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so he could suspend the AO.
True. Okay. Ryan's going to go get a card with the All Wings combo. He grabs himself the Pulsar Skate.
Tricky to match all this stuff up now, but all right. Let me actually. I haven't read Beckett in kind of a while.
While we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and look into doing another
Wait,
trivia question.
why wasn't Beckett a 3 instead of a 0?
Um,
Should have been a 3. Maybe once it gets stacked, it doesn't count that way anymore. I don't know. I wonder if Beckett is standing here against Kylo because he has a sorry about the mess.
yeah, it could be.
Because otherwise, I'm like, Beckett doesn't draw on his own. What's happening here?
Yeah, Beckett really doesn't do much with the blaster rifle or the blaster.
Well, I mean, he gets to fire, he gets to like quick draw them, right?
True.
And I would assume Ooh, Escape Pod non-V. Or Escape Pod V. That's cool.
I mean, it's a Destiny 6. Okay, Tarkin's bounty going on to Tarkin. That
I
makes me happy.
I
That makes me
never get
so
to do
happy.
that.
Nobody does.
I never get to do. I always want to, but I never can. I wonder if Ryan's playing Savarine standoff.
That would be hilarious.
So it's like plays another character against Beckett, and Beckett just shoots both of them and blasts the door kids or something to get out of
Well, it looks
it.
like he's got Sorry About the Mess in his hand,
Okay.
so that could be
That
interesting.
makes a lot of sense because
Yeah.
you could quick draw, kill Kylo, and sorry about the mess him and end the battle before it even starts. Beckett may have been drawn for Cuss Run before Han came out. No, Han came out immediately. Han came
Hmm.
out first before the Cuss Run was played. It was like the same turn, but
Oh
it
my
was
gosh,
random.
that's Luke's blaster, or
Oh, Luke's hunting
that's
rifle.
Luke's hunting rifle. Oh, I love it, Ryan. So before we go into any fights or anything, let's go ahead and give out a GEMP AI Series 5 AI booster pack. First person in the chat, if you haven't won, first person in the chat who can tell me who won Worlds the last time it was in Morristown, New Jersey.
I don't even know when that was.
GEMP booster
Oh.
pack to whoever can name me the winner. Yep, Brandon Beatty, you win a GEMP booster pack.
I mean, that's a that's a fine guess, right? Like, who won Worlds when? Like, oh, Bastion? Sure, we'll go Bastion.
Well, I mean, Bastion, Desai, Joe, come on.
That's true. Desai would have been another because like I know the two times that Joe won. So I was around for those when we're looking at who won in the past before I was around. It's like, oh well, I don't know. Bastion probably. That's not fair to say. There's been a lot of world champions and a lot of different ones. So
Oh, I'm so sorry, Tom. I'm so sorry. So we see
I
that
I would
Maul
guess that
and
Tom was second in that. Is that
maybe.
okay? So Tommy saw through the ruse and did not battle into Beckett, right?
No, but now Luke is gone,
They did the battle,
and
killed Luke.
now he's okay. So it looks like he loses the sense and recoil and fear. Or
Yeah,
sorry, the sense and uncertain is the future. Ryan checking out his destiny.
they are all red. Minimum of three.
Yeah.
3, 4, 4, 6 is what it looked like to me.
And now, I mean, ooh, Kira coming down. She's pretty good here.
That changes it from 0 in battle destiny to 2.
Yeah. And the other thing is, okay, Rio Durant going down.
We're gonna try to beat down Kylo Ren. This is awesome. I always wanted to do this like blaster stuff with Beckett and
Hmm.
Han, but I could never. It was the tension was always a little too awkward to me.
Okay, makes him lose a force with Kira. Goes to shoot, and Kylo is hit. Hmm. So,
Because Han's blaster, if I remember correctly, does
so
not.
just as an update for those who are following along and cheering on the great killer bees, Anthony, I get here on my own time. Batmouse is currently 2-1. I believe uh, Pat Johnson also 2-1.
Nice.
Brad Reinhold is undefeated, but in spirit he is 2-1 as well. Yeah, we're gonna try and get as many updates as we can. Unfortunately, our play-by-play, or I'm sorry, our on-the-field commentator decided he wanted to play today. Garrett Larson would have been the on-the-field commentator, but he is busy playing and most likely losing as he's playing AOBS.
Uh, well, Ryan went all in on that battle and got gicked. So,
I mean, I can understand it, but having to lose Beckett, the gun, and then Rio there kind of hurt.
well, and he like played heading for the medical frigate, so he was really going for it.
Oh, yeah. And I'm wondering how Mike Kessling is doing as we see him walk around.
Now, plus side, upside is here. Um, the Falcon with Han and Wedge is drawing four destinies.
I think it's 3.
It's one for ability, one for Han, one for Beckett, and one for objective.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
right, because
four.
Beckett is now. Well, I think Beckett has to be put out of play.
Oh yeah, and he didn't do that. So it's actually so yeah, it is only three.
Um,
Um, are you allowed to do that?
I think if that's a good question because I want to say Beckett is it's his.
Oh yeah, may place out of play. Okay. And he's playing at least two, so maybe he didn't want to place them out of
Yeah,
play.
that's a good point. Yeah, if just lost, may place out of play for remainder of game. Han adds 1 battle destiny.
Yeah. But he did not place them out of play. So
Yeah.
it is only three, a mere three destinies against this inevitable Imperial command. So
Yeah, that's the other thing because like even if he doesn't have the Imperial command, like he can go fetch it with Fett.
yeah, and you have to assume he has it. You can only spin one of them, right? So
Yeah, not the best situation for Ryan to be in.
no, there's a lot of ground presence here. On the other hand, it kind of shows a little bit of, I don't know if desperation is the right word, but it's like not a great spot for Tommy to have moved his ship and the Death Star over to Kessel instead of leaving them on Tatooine, where I mean, I guess what chance means he's not actually doing a bunch of damage, so
Yeah,
it's actually
and
fine
well,
then.
not only that, like you get the extra destiny from the Death Star, so why not move it over there? So
Well, my thought was like, oh well, if you have another ship, it might be better to like put that ship to Tatooine and move the Slave One and leave it. But no, you're probably right. The extra destiny probably matters more than
hmm
leaving all the other stuff behind.
yeah, because those capacitors getting you an extra damage would be pretty nice.
Yeah. Death Star 2 is at Kessel.
Pretty sure it's got Kessel.
Well, the epic event's at Kessel, so that's how he's been indicating it. Mara for forfeit fodder. And then we're gonna have a fight.
Should always have a fight.
Uh, pretty sure with TTO you should rarely have fights, but
So okay, so it's Dark Side Mara, not
gonna
Light
do
Side,
this.
and
Yeah,
yeah, moving to attack position. So that's the Falcon's now power +2 and fully immune to attrition. That's pretty good.
this after he lost a moving to attack position off the top.
Yeah.
So now there's just like two of them in there.
We do know that Tommy has an Imperial Command in his hand.
Right. That's definitely gonna get grabbed, and then Ryan has saved a ton of force, so he's probably gonna be able to spin whether out of lost or hand.
hmm
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And I think actually, maybe more egregiously, even if you have the command here, because he spent all of his force, he can't even threaten having the second command
Yep.
because Ryan's gonna grab it.
And there's the grab. So I
And
don't know
he's
if he.
immune and
I
he's immune
don't
to
know if
attrition this
he
battle.
added or limited.
Looks like he signaled four, so
That
that has to be
yeah,
an ad
yeah, because he's getting 1 for ability, 1 for Fett, 1 for the Death Star, and 1 for command. So it
against, but still
against
against three
3.
though.
Yeah,
Like he
and
spends one for a six. six, right? Is Slave One six?
I think it's 5. Let me
I mean,
check.
he
Let
he
me
keeps
check my.
signaling four, so
I was gonna say, let me check my handy dandy comlink app to tell
I
me
mean, I
because
I also agree with you guys that I think he probably should have limited, but
yeah,
well, I mean, his
it is. I believe it is only 5. The ship itself is a 5, and I
okay.
don't think Boba adds any maneuver. Yeah, he
No.
does not. So, and I know that Jerjeron does not. Ozzel does not. So it is only a 5.
Yeah, no, he added, not limited,
Okay, Ryan is going to spin.
because he only drew a
Uh,
four for his first two there.
yeah, and the thing is, like Ryan spinning there. I mean, the Falcon has a pretty decent maneuver because Wedge adds 2,
Oh yeah,
Han dot 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 Solo
adds
adds
two.
2, and the Falcon I believe is a 4.
That sounds right. So he just added
So
eight. So he added
8. Yeah, that's
12.
that's
I mean, that total battle destiny on Tommy's side was pretty significant,
yeah, but I mean,
but
like you said though, I mean, first of all, it's a 12. I mean, Wedge has a huge forfeit value,
yeah,
and I mean, you're only. I'm assuming he's only going to get rid of Wedge.
he lost a control tunnel vision also. But
Okay, so control and Wedge. I mean, that's nothing compared to Tommy losing Fett and looks like Jerjeron.
no, Nick, this is probably Falcon V, I would assume.
Yeah,
We didn't
it
get a
looks like
good
it.
look. We didn't get a good look at it, but I would assume it's Falcon V.
Yeah,
And then he retrieves the wedge in a right on top, so he will just activate down to it and play Pulsar Skate.
yeah. Why not drop him right back down onto Kessel? I mean, Tommy can't play another Imperial Command. That's still 3 Destiny, and then again, I'm assuming Tommy probably is just gonna like Tommy's probably gonna peel some, and Ryan's just gonna lose the Pulsar Skate and Wedge.
Falcon Wedge may not have added to maneuver then, because Wedge adds while piloting independent shift. Yeah,
Yeah,
independent
you're right.
starfighter.
So it was not a. It was a 6, which.
Yeah.
Eh, well, it also depends on the wedge.
Why are we getting a? Oh, he activated past the wedge? That seems unlike Ryan.
Yeah.
Maybe he needed. Maybe it was just like too much force.
Oh, he adds +2 if it's the pulsar skate in particular. If it's an independent, it's a +1.
Right. Well, so he can't do it now.
Yeah.
He's just gonna run. That's fine.
I mean, yeah, you're giving up. It's only a drain of 1 there, and the docking bay is still only a drain of 1.
Yeah,
So
it's drain of one, ping of one. That's no big deal.
yeah. Well, no, it's drain of 1, drain of 1, drain of 1, and ping. So it's 4.
Why is it three drains? Are you talking about light side drains?
Yes.
Okay,
And
okay.
then for dark side, it is
Light dark side's doing three back as well.
yeah. Well, I mean, Ryan right now is getting the drain of at Corellia, drain at Tatooine, drain at the Endor docking bay, plus a ping.
Ping is capped by what chance? So it's
Yeah.
the ping is only one right now.
Yeah, because Ryan occupies more battlegrounds than Tommy. And we just got like a 14-minute warning. Again, there will be a lunch after this
Oof.
round, so we will be taking a break.
There's the it's a trap to save the cantina battle.
Not only is it the cantina, like even Tommy's not contesting the cantina, and I'm not. I think you almost have to,
I mean,
because
Tommy's contesting the cantina. He's got Maul and Dr. E in
well, I'm
there.
saying he's not fighting or anything. He's just
I mean, he just did. He
sitting.
tried. He got its traps.
Oh, okay, that's a good fair.
And while he could play the It's a Trap from Lost, it'll cost 7. So I don't
Yeah, I don't think
know that that's
necessarily you want to.
realistic. He's very low in force though. Yeah, he used all of it last turn to do that battle and then move.
And is that an R2 brave little droid? Uh, looks like Ryan has. He had a character in there. He has a 5, and I believe the other one was a fallen portal.
Yeah,
Mirrex onto the Falcon. Uh, what Hall of Famers? The Hall of Famers. We actually had like a big announcements earlier. Uh, first of all, uh, Greg Shaw is our newest inductee to the Hall of Fame. He was awarded that today. Both his parents were here. Bill Kafer gave him the award. Steve, I will fly out to wherever you are. Yes, they did play. Greg and Desai did play.
I mean, deck 104, I'm pretty sure what's happening is we're having faith that we'll put those guys on camera later in the rounds because they'll be in contention for top 8. Just that'd be my guess.
Okay,
So
drain.
we're losing the Pulsar Skate. It's a it's only doing 2 damage
And he
here.
loses the Hojix as well.
Ryan's confident. Tommy only has 4 cards face down, I think, and it's like character 6, I think.
He got inducted for game contributions as well as all the stuff he's done in the past as a volunteer.
I didn't get to see the induction stuff, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Hand another, it's a trap from hand. Protect the cantina again.
Why not? Yep, drain a 1 at there, plus the ping. Looks like Tommy's got 2 force left.
Oh, Ryan's got like 15.
Yeah, so it looks like Ryan is going to take this one.
Only 2 cards back. Ryan might even be like thinking about just battling because he saw the verify. He knows that the cards left are nothing. So
Tommy does draw.
4, 4 for total battle destiny. That's oh, he was playing the droid. That was
Yeah, what, the
Lita or whatever.
R2?
He-
Or
Oh, it
L3?
was the brave little droid. Sorry, no, it was the
Yeah,
brave
it was
little.
Brave Little Droid, so he
Sorry.
canceled one of the
Yeah.
destinies. Tommy, we are on to Tommy's turn. He's going to
Uh,
cause
nothing. Nothing.
nothing. Yeah, because he can't.
Yeah.
There's no characters on that slave one, so and he can't pay
Yeah.
to drain.
He can't do any damage now. So yeah.
Yeah,
He actually.
he's
Oh no.
fighting
Uh,
against the.
Ryan saved enough force to play the It's a Trap from loss. So yeah,
uh,
it was over.
so yeah, it looks like Ryan Jellison is going to be 3-0 with Watch Your Step.
Well, he's 2-0 with Watcher Staff.
Wow, 2-0, and I don't know what he's playing. Actually, I guess I can pull up what his dark
Yeah.
side is.
All
His
right.
dark side today is ISB, a very Ryan Jellison deck. So we'll see about getting Ryan
I
on
mean,
for an interview here in a second.
him and 6 other people.
Yeah,
There's a lot of ISB in this field.
yeah. Okay,
I should post in our Discord. The whole team can yell at me because there are also 7 Walker's decks in the field. So
yeah,
I was just super wrong. And what chance is fine. And there's no problem with playing
I
it
will say
right.
this: we told Batmouse this morning to put it in, and he did. So So
If I'd known what the field was going to be, I would have agreed.
yeah.
So,
Oh, I know Justin Desai is on walkers,
really,
and I know from the
wow.
last point I saw he was 2-0. So that's
Not
good.
not too surprised by.
Now the bigger surprise is Johnny Chu was 0-2.
Hmm. I mean, I think as I recall, Johnny Chi was 5-3 at Worlds last year.
Yeah,
I mean, I know he was preparing more for this one than he was last one, but you know,
yeah,
it's a hard game. It takes a lot of prep, even for someone who is as good at it as Johnny Chu. So I wouldn't be
agreed,
surprised if it takes him a little bit of time to knock the rest off. So,
agreed. Okay, so we're gonna hop off here. I'm actually gonna interview Ryan and see talk about that. Justin, we'll get you back on later as we do have. We're gonna be taking a lunch break right after our interview, and then stick around for. We got 5 more games today.
all right.
And I'm gonna go pool and get Ryan. Okay, everybody. Unfortunately, Ryan did jet off to lunch, so we'll be back with the rest of the coverage after our lunch break. Until then, everybody take care, and we'll see you back with games 4 through 8.